Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here from Team Moons, and today we're going to do a deck profile for you on my ABC deck. Now this is a really solid deck, as everyone knows. This format's really rampant, it's really strong. Um, Pretty much at every single event you see this deck topping. There's not much else to say about it. It's pretty basic deck. I'd say it's probably going to get hit in the next ban list, maybe Hanger to 1 or something like that, but in the meantime it's a really good deck. So getting into it, we have your 3 Photon Thrashers. He's pretty much your 2-card combo to go into your Buster turn 1. Not much to say about that. You're playing 2 silver gadgets and 2 gold gadgets. Works kind of the same premise as Photon Thrasher. You want him to just get that extra summon to go into your Tsukiyomi. Next you're playing 3 of each of your pieces, 3A, 3B, and 3C. This number doesn't change. This is your deck. This is your whole deck. They're not good monsters on their own, but you need to run them to make the deck work, basically. And for the last 2 monsters, you play 2 Maxi, because hand traps are always good. Maxi net you a lot of cards most of the time. For the spells, we won 3 Union Hanger. It's your Heart and your Soul of your deck. This is your turn 1 Buster. This is the thing that makes your deck turbo really fast. You need to run 3 of this. And since you need to run 3 of that, you run 3 Terraforming as well to make sure you see that Union Hanger turn 1 every single game. Because if you don't see that turn 1, you're probably not going to establish a very good board. And this deck's pretty much all about making your first turn board. So then we run the 1 Rhoda to get your Photon Thrasher. We run 2 Twin Twisters for back row hate because strike is really good. You play your 1 Instant Fusion. A lot of people play more than 1, but I find running 3 for the 1 Norden is kind of excessive, and like you don't need this card, but like when you see it, it is good. So I mean, running 1 is pretty good. The 1 Magnet Reverse, Monster Reborn for Buster, and the 1 Burial from Different Dimension. Now I could have run 2 Magnet Reverse instead, but I like Burial from Different Dimension because it lets you set up a double Buster going second in your first turn. So that's really strong. And that's it for those. And onto the traps, we run the main deck 2 Anti-Spell. Now this is really good because pretty much all the best decks right now are going to turbo out their spells and be really pendulum heavy. So this is really good against your metal foes and all that stuff. The only matchup this isn't really good against is probably the Paleozoic. And you would obviously sort that out every game. So the 1 Vanity is just basic. 1 Bottomless. 2 Floodgate Trap Holes, probably my favorite card in the game right now. It's like a Quaking where they don't have to attack. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. This card just blows out games incredibly easy. And we play a 4th Trap Hole. We play 1 Time Space Trap Hole. Now I was running a Karma Cut instead of this before, as like a tech card. But I like Time Space because if I can't go into Buster turn 1, I'm usually going to go into Rafflesia. So maxing out my my Trap Hole targets is pretty good. And shuffling stuff back to the deck is always good too. And then we run the obvious Solemn. We have the 4 Solemns there. You need to run these in this deck. Like if your basic turn 1 plays, you make your Buster and your Tsukiyomi and you set like, I don't know, like 5 strikes and you're good to go. You need to run in this format. And lastly, we run 42 cards in this deck. And the 42nd card and the 41st card are Mind Crush. This card might seem a little bit weird at start, but it actually comes in handy big time because when you're facing the mirror match, they use their Terraforming to get their Union Hanger, or they use their Union Hanger to get their A, or they use their Rhoda to get their Photon Thrasher. You just Mind Crush out of their hand, and then they can't extend their plays as much as they would like to. It's also good versus the Metal Foe matchup when they use their Painful Decision or Bunmuku, because you hit the Karen of the hand and it's gone, and you never need to worry about it again. And there's just so many other matchups where this is just really good, and it comes in clutch. I'd say it's won me, like every time I've seen it, turn 1, it's at least slowed them down to the point where I could probably take the game. So I don't think I would change this format anyway. Maybe in upcoming formats you could take it out and just run the 40 cards, so you could swap it for something different. But right now I like it as is. On for the extra deck, we run your 3 Buster Dragon. You need to run 3 of this. He's your deck. He's the most broken card. The 1 Norden for the Instant Fusion. Gear Gigant because you have Machine Deck. Tsukiyomi because he's your turn 1 play to get your Buster. Gorgoron, he's really good in the mirror match. He fucks the mirror match so hard, and he's really good at Paleozoics too. Diamondar to get rid of problematic stuff. Castel to get rid of problematic stuff as well. Dweller for like Mermails and stuff. Rhapsody for the mirror match, and pretty good in some other matches too, but mostly for the mirror match. Emerald is really good. Rafflesia is really good, like I said. I run the 4 Trapholes, so Rafflesia makes even more sense. And then for our last 2, we run the Utopia package. We got Utopia and Utopia Lightning. It's your 1 card out to any boss monster in the game, pretty much. And any kind of like battle traps in the back row, it's really good against because it can activate stuff. And that's it for your extra decks, 15. And for the side deck, we have 1 Cycle Reader. He's really good in the mirror, and he's searchable off Gear Gigant. You get your 2 Gamma Seals to get rid of Toad, Cyber Infinity, stuff like that. 2 Vanity's Fiends. You can tag out your Buster, get the equipped from Union Hanger, and then tribute 3 of those for Vanity's Fiend after you banish for your Buster. So you end up with your turn board being a Buster Dragon and a Vanity's Fiend, and that's really hard to get over. So he's really good in that sense. For the Paleozoics, we have 3 Denko Sekka. You need to run this. If you don't run this, you're going to have a really bad time. We still have the 3rd Twin Twister for super heavy back row decks. And for just like some board wipes going second, I run Double Dark Hole and Regeki. Like I said, just for going second. If I'm going first in the game 3 against the spell deck, I'll side the 3rd anti-spell. It goes without saying. And lastly, it's 2 kind of tech sides. It's mainly for Paleozoics, but like it also is really good against Rogue. You have 2 Disappearance. So like when they summon the Swap Frog, you kind of like banish the Swap Frog and then all the other Swap Frogs. So the totally awesome plays like grind to a halt like at this very start, which is like what you want to do in this deck. You don't want to see totally awesome pretty much ever. So this is a really solid card. It banishes the rest of the frogs in their deck, so it's very good. And it works on any frog too. Dupe, Ronin, Swap, everything. It's really strong. It's also good against Rogue and like against like the odd like Monarch player that you're gonna face. I remember back in the day I used it on a Idia, and that was pretty much GG from there. So I mean, this card's really good. You can put in other cards you like instead. Like System Down was in here, but I couldn't find my second, so I didn't bother putting it in at all. Chaos Hunter is really good, etc., etc. So I mean, that's it for the deck. If you like it, you can leave a comment, you can rate the video, you can subscribe. What do you guys think about EBC? Do you think it's going to get hit in the next ban list? I think it probably will. I don't know what they're going to do. They can hit all the pieces to 2. They can hit Buster to 2. They can hit Union Hanger to 1. There's so many different things they can do with this deck that would hurt it. But I think worst case scenario, it's going to be like an okay deck next format. Zodiac is going to be the next thing coming out. So I mean, obviously that's going to be what's going to take most of the meta over. But I find if you put in a whole bunch of trap cards, you can kind of like counter that a bit. And there are cards you can side against Zodiac. So I mean, this deck's fine. Might bring this to like a regionals pretty soon, but I have to think about it more. I need to test it a bit more. But that's it for today, guys. If you like the video, make sure you let us know in the comments below. And to see more stuff like this, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys around. Thanks. Kyle signing out.